business, right? And one of the things I know about is I know coffee. I know coffee machines. I know how it's made, Italian coffee, French coffee, all the different ways to do it. What I'm here to tell you right now is that this is the best home coffee system that you can possibly buy right now is called the iCoffee from Remington. Why? It uses patented technology. You're going to get to meet Bruce Burroughs in just a second, who patented this technology of steam release and stirring at the same time. It's one of the only, if not the only, coffee machine out there for home brewing where you can actually see the coffee being brewed inside. It has a see-through panel here. Let me tell you what you're gonna get with this before we get there. First of all, it comes with everything that you need. It actually comes with a grinder, so you gotta grind your own coffee. It comes with the grinder, comes with the Steambrewer, comes with the carafe, the drip basket. It comes with the gold tone filter. You don't have to buy filters for this. It comes with the carafe filter basket. All that is included at $30 off our price with free shipping and handling. You see, here's what a lot of the Italians know and people know. The best way to actually release the flavor in something is with steam. Steam is hotter than water. You have to remember that. It gets in, it opens up the pores, whether it's coffee. When you steam rice, the best rice on this earth is steamed. It's not boiled, right? Because it allows for maximum extraction of the flavor. It's the same with the coffee. If you buy this today, not only is it $30 off the price, but it's $12 off for free shipping and handling. We made it from 4 Flex to 5 Flex for $33.99. This is the only home machine out there, that uses this steam and stir technology. And the man that invented it is my very good friend, Bruce Burroughs, who is here. I have to tell you, buddy, I am really, really excited about this because I have been smelling this coffee, and you have told me this is the best cup of coffee I will ever have at home or maybe anywhere else.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Patented technology.
Yes.
Well, let's talk about it. What is so great about this machine? What do you love about it?
Okay.
You invented it.
I invented it.
Yep.
I spent 7 years, 1,257 prototypes. Mm-hmm. I invented steam brewing technology because I love coffee and I love tea. I love fruit-infused iced coffees and iced teas. Let's not forget hot chocolate for those cold winter days.
For the kids, sure. Yep.
Absolutely.
It'll do it all, and it does it in a way that is amazingly unique. As I said, most of these coffee machines, what we call the automatic drip machines, you get coffee, you put it in a basket, it just dumps hot water on it.
It does.
This does not do that. This is different.
This is different.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about coffee first.
Okay.
We all know made-at-home coffee has that bitter, harsh, and acidic aftertaste. Some of us kill that bitterness with cream and sugar. The cream cools down my coffee at home. Coffee at home is never hot enough for me. The aha moment came when I saw rice being steamed. Rice opened up and released all the goodness inside. Then the light bulb came on. Steaming the coffee expands the coffee. Steaming tea expands the tea to release only the impossibly smooth and exquisite flavors I've always dreamed of. It's really simple. Using all the goodness of steam unlocks all the hidden flavors inside coffee, inside tea, that were always unlocked and you couldn't get to before. No other brewer will do this.
And that's why I'm smelling what I'm smelling. And when you taste this coffee, it is, listen, we brought in 800 of these. That's all that we have, okay? That's the only amount we could get. This is going to sell out very, very quickly at $169.95 with free shipping and handling and 5 payments at $33.99. I want to look at, you have some animation for us, right?
We
A video.
do.
Tell me what I'm looking at here.
Okay, let's run the video. Let's look inside. Okay, you see the grounds being pre-steamed. The steaming opens up the grounds. Then the coffee jets start stirring the grounds. You have to surround each and every ground with piping hot water to release the flavor. And then you'll notice the rich coffee crema starts to form on top of the coffee. That ensures your rich, impossibly smooth cup of coffee is on its way.
And that's what's happening inside each one of these machines right now. It's releasing that maximum flavor. And when you look at the little window, I've never gotten to see what goes on inside most coffee machines, but there's really not much to see in a traditional machine. It's water going on top of coffee grounds. We're not only going to give you the machine itself, but we also give you the grinder. So you buy your fresh coffee, you grind it fresh, which is the keys. It's like with really good food preparation. Start with good ingredients, great preparation, and you're going to wind up with a good meal. But I think with most coffee machines, you buy the coffee, it's in a bag, it's already ground, you put it in there, they put hot water on it. You went above and beyond. You're actually going to get a coffee machine that releases the steam, actually opens up the flavor of the coffee, and it stirs it. I always wonder why nobody ever came up with that before, because when I look at the coffee grounds, they're all packed at the bottom. Some of them haven't even got water on them.
That's what took 7 years and 1,257 prototypes.
All right.
I want to show you just how easy it is to use the iCoffee Steambrewer. It's very familiar to use. First, you take water. We're going to make about 10 cups, and you pour it in the reservoir.
Okay. Now, it's got all the programmable features, everything else that you would want.
Fully programmable.
Yeah, so, you have your morning coffee. It does all the work for you. What's next?
And then you take out the brew basket, where you can see the coffee being brewed and steamed and stirred.
Okay.
This is a Steambrew lid.
Right. Now, we give you the grinder, by the way. The grinder comes along with it, so you'll grind your coffee, and then you take your ground coffee.
Yes, and for those of you who do not grind your whole beans, that makes a great last-minute gift worth $60 with titanium blades.
Right.
Great gift.
Give it away separately.
Absolutely.
Right. Perfect idea. All right, what's next?
Take your favorite coffee, your favorite kind of coffee, pour it in the brew basket, get it to the right strength.
Pop it in.
Put the Steambrew lid back on.
All right. Hit the button in front. All right, now, listen.
That is Mozart telling you that the most impossibly smooth cup of coffee is on its way. At the end, when your coffee is finished, Mozart tells you when it's done. So if you're in the other room, you can come in and get your coffee. If you do not want to hear Mozart, you press the button and you can silence him.
Here's your digital display in the front. As I said, you can program all this stuff. If you truly want the best cup of coffee you've ever had at home, this is the system for you. The flavor is unmatched. Stop going out and spending $5 or $6 on coffee house coffee when you can get that incredible flavor at home. It's all about the steam. It's the most, and the stirring at the same time. And I don't know if you can come in close, and you'll see what's going on in here. It actually steams and stirs at the same time, and you can see it's still in the beginning stage, but what you're going to see in about a minute or two is it starts to agitate the coffee. It starts to move it around. All right, we going to taste some?
We are.
All right. We've got some brewing in the front here. And now remember, and you told me also, be careful with this coffee. It comes out a lot hotter than regular coffee because it's steamed. So, which I actually like because I prefer to have my coffee nice and hot. I know it's a little difficult pouring backwards. You can give me a half a cup. Perfect. All right, here we go. I'm going in. All right. That smell is amazing. A little toast to you. It's hot. You know what's amazing about that? It's so rich. I've never felt coffee, I tasted coffee that deep and rich in flavor. That is truly, that's amazing.
The Steambrew jets make an impossibly smooth cup of coffee.
Oh my gosh.
Because it steams and it stirs during the whole process.
All right, so whether you like tea or coffee, if you like hot chocolate, you can make lemonade. You can do so many different hot and cold beverage with this. All I will tell you is for the best cup of coffee you've ever had, you only have about 5 minutes remaining, and there's only 800. We only got 800 of these to go around. It's free shipping and handling. Let me show you quickly again. I'm going to step over and I'll show you everything that you get. So if you want to give somebody a great gift, and this comes from Remington, it's called the iCoffee Steambrewer. It comes with the iGrinder. The $60 value just in the grinder itself. What you're looking at right there, you can actually see it moving in a circle. There's an agitator inside that actually moves the coffee grounds around so that you can get all that flavor incorporated. You know, I used to think on my old machine, I actually would stick a spoon in there to try to churn up the coffee because it was all kind of like mud at the bottom. But look at how beautifully it's displayed. So you get both the carafes, you get the actual machine itself, you're going to get the grinder is also included. The grinder alone is a $60 value. That's included. All this for $169. That is $30 off our regular price, and that also has free shipping and handling. All right, what's next?
Okay, tea lovers.
Yeah.
This can make tea up to 12 cups. You put your favorite tea bags. You can use loose leaf tea, and it makes the most exquisite tea because, as we all know, when you have a tea bag, you have to dunk the tea bag.
You have to move it around,
Move
right?
it around.
Yeah.
The jets do it for you. No more dunking of the tea bags.
Wow.
Look at that tea. Isn't that beautiful?
Oh my gosh, it's such great color. And that's because, you know what, I learned, and one of the biggest things I learned in restaurants is how to manage hot and cold. I mean, that's one of the most important things in a restaurant, whether it's a grill, whether it's a coffee machine. With coffee, you want to get this as hot as you possibly can, and most traditional percolators and drip machines, they can't do that.
Just not hot enough.
Yeah.
Let's make some fruit-infused lemonade.
Okay. What do we do?
You take your carafe, you fill it with ice and your favorite fruit.
Put it underneath.
Then you take your iBrew tea basket, which is included in your purchase. That's what you
So there's
get.
a separate basket for tea.
You put in some fruit. You put in some pomegranate. We're going to have some pomegranate.
Can I do some raspberry in there, too?
Let's do some raspberry. Let's do a little bit of mix.
That's awesome. So throw the fruit right in the basket.
So the steam opens up the fruit and releases all the juices.
There's only 700 left, okay? 700 remaining with the folks online. Free shipping. Okay, so...
If you want to make it iced tea.
And I can put any tea that I want in there?
You can put any tea in there as well.
Right.
So let's make some...
Put your lid on.
Fruit-infused lemonade.
At the front. So I can program this to do this, like I said, if I want coffee in the morning, I can grind my coffee, put it in. Morning I wake up.
Absolutely.
Mozart's telling me my job is ready to go.
It tells you when it's finished.
This is awesome. You know what I love too? It doesn't take... First of all, it's not... There are machines out there that claim to do... that they can do this $900, $1,200, $1,500. For this price, you're the only one that can do this. This is the only machine I've seen.
No other brewer can do this.
Patented technology, and you said world patent on this, right?
Worldwide.
It's amazing. How long have you been working on this?
7 years.
On one machine?
On one machine.
Passion.
It had to be perfect.
All right, I got to tell everybody, we only have 2 minutes left, and now there's only about 650 of these to go around with free shipping. Get it while you can. It's a $200 value. You're going to love it. We want to show the animation one more time. Will you talk us through it?
Okay.
All right, so what are we looking at here, Bruce?
First, the grounds are pre-steamed to release all that flavor burst. And then the jets continue to steam, but they start stirring the coffee. Each coffee ground must be completely surrounded by piping hot water to really get the best flavor extraction. Then if you'll notice, you get that rich coffee crema. No other brewer will do that. That tells you a rich, impossibly smooth cup of coffee is on its way. The first time you've ever been able to see your coffee being brewed. Look at that crema forming. And
it's moving around in there, so you're stirring the grounds while you're steaming them. And you see that little white layer right there?
Yes.
Now listen, I have a $1,500 machine I told you at my house. I can get crema out of that machine, but not thick like that.
No.
So honestly, and that's where the flavor, the Italians have known about that for a long, long time. Extraction, they have these big, fancy, they have $20,000 machines, but that's what they do. For $169, you can get, I would bet, a better cup of coffee than you can get at the shop.
One more thing. Check out this hot chocolate. You know how Mom, Grandma used to make hot chocolate over the stove and they had to stir it? You put your milk, you put your favorite hot cocoa in here, you turn on the brewer, you stir it one time, and then you sample it, and it's just the best hot chocolate.
All right, if you're looking, we only have a few seconds remaining. If you're looking for the perfect holiday gift to give to yourself, set this thing up, for the kids make their hot chocolate. You can make your beautiful tea. How long, and our producer and a couple of people have been calling in, how long for a full pot of coffee? How long does it take?
Well, it depends on how much coffee you're going to make in it.
But if you fill it, you want a
steaming is very fast.
Okay.
Steaming is very hot.
So a matter of minutes, you've got a giant pot of coffee and you're good to go. And remember, you can program it like the traditional machines, but you're not going to find that kind of flavor. Bruce Burrows, good job, buddy. I love this machine. Only about 600 or so remaining. Thanks for coming, pal.
Thank you.
Good job, good job.
Thank you.
Stick around. We got more stuff going on. I know Tamara's got great stuff. We've got the Dash egg cooker. I love that egg cooker. That's coming up next, so stick around. Be right back.